building an indie business in the center of venture capital. I am Alex Edmonds. People on the internet call me Supreme Rumham. And this is the Building an Indie Business podcast, recorded in the Indie Business Studio. Alright, so I have a lot of marketing ideas and marketing things that I have in place, basically. And instead of doing one episode per thing I'm doing, what I plan to do as soon as I find that email is talk about the marketing pipeline that I am building and what inspired that process in this episode. So yeah, I received an email, which I'm trying to find right now, from Justin Jackson about his newsletter, or from his newsletter, and the subject line was, where are all these signups coming from? And it basically broke down the marketing pipeline of Transistor.fm. So 40% of it was from search, 35% word of mouth, 25% from content and community. And so that made me think about, my marketing pipeline and where customers come from and how can I capitalize on that. So I've been doing several different things, and I'm going to talk about each one, and then I have more ideas that I need to work on, and I'm going to talk about those. So let's get into it. So the first thing I've been doing immediately right away is I've been writing blog posts. So there was the how to increase AOV, and then I'm in the process of writing how to increase CTR, which these blog posts are, they're giving you information about how to increase your AOV, how to increase your CTR, but they're mostly an ad for my apps. So I have those two right now in the pipeline. I need to figure out how to write more. Like what can I write about that will relate to the other products, and how I can morph that information that someone might Google and relate it to my product. So how to increase the design of your Shopify store. How do I make that about one of my apps, right? So yeah, that's the pipeline for Google. That's the pipeline for Bing, and I also want to figure out how I can get the ChatGPT and all those other type a question, get an answer platforms to mention my apps. And then I've been experimenting with memes, and the memes are a way to get people to, find me find my content, find my apps on social. So I've been doing that on Twitter, Blue Sky, and LinkedIn. I'm becoming known in the Shopify app industry because of that, which is pretty interesting, something I didn't expect. But that also helps because they know me and I can work together or talk to them. So that's something interesting that I didn't expect. Do I get customers from it? I don't know. Is it part of my pipeline? Yeah. And then also there's more content. There's YouTube. I have YouTube videos demoing the products. People find the products there. And I also have the podcast, this podcast here, right? People search for my content, and they search for content related to Shopify. They find my podcast, and then the podcast episodes are also on YouTube. So if someone looks up how to increase AOV on YouTube, my podcast comes up. Maybe they see my video and they use my apps. Yeah. And then there's the Shopify community, which I feel like this is probably so far the most interesting aspect, or like the most effective, let's say, most effective. So there's two aspects to it. There's the Shopify app store ads, which I've only really experimented with. I've spent about $15, but that is because when I did it, it was right before the holidays, and the CPCs shot way up to like from $2 per click to like $15 a click, and I was like, I'm not paying this, so I'm waiting for the holidays to end to do that again. And then there's App Store optimization, so that is directly Shopify merchants searching on the App Store, and I'm optimizing my product descriptions to. I'm basically SEOing my product descriptions for the Shopify App Store. Yeah, and then I have been also hanging out in the Shopify forums. If anyone asks a design question or design feedback or asks for store feedback, I am answering those questions and promoting my apps and my answers, basically. So the other night, someone was like, "Oh, I get traffic, I don't get sales. What do I do?" And I recommended the shoppable hotspots app that I have. And I basically said like, "Oh, this will improve your design because people can get your products quicker, especially when you have it up top on your header." Um, and then I gave them like three or four other ideas that I didn't pitch my app on. That way I can show a little more like effort into it, I guess. But I didn't put a lot of effort into those two or three other ideas. Um, yes. And what I noticed is that the reason why I started doing this is because I noticed that people are blatantly promoting their apps. So like there are a lot of popular apps on Shopify that you would recognize that they do this. They go into like every question. They have employees that just answer questions and somehow relate it to their app. Whereas I'm like, okay, here's my app, but here's some other ideas. Like they'll give legit answers, but they're like, oh, our app has all these 4 or 5 features. You can do this and improve this and like take screenshots and edit them. This is what it would look like if you used our app. Things like that. So I'm competing with that. That's something. But I guess, if I look like I'm promoting my app, but then actually giving real answers of like ways you don't need an app to do this type of stuff, improve your CTR or whatever, maybe that buys me more favor. And then, those questions and those answers stay there. Like people are always looking for CTR, how to improve their CTR, how to increase their sales. So like maybe someone will Google, or not Google, but like search in the forum how to increase CTR, and my answer will be there, and they'll use my app because of that. Boom, right there. Yeah. So that is the Shopify forum. And then also what I can do is I need to increase. Next, what I want to do is I want to increase word of mouth. So I just need better what do you call it, customer service, like answering questions, yes, and then answering questions, and then being like, hey, if you had a good experience, could you give us a review? And then that review will help me because for App Store optimization, they value reviews. So if I can get someone to email me, answer their question, get them to review it, that'll shoot me up. And that's like word of mouth in a way. The next idea is I have two. So 2 and 3 are kind of similar. There's partnerships and there's affiliates. Um, just paying people to promote the apps and paying them a percentage every time they actually get someone to sign up and use the app. Um, yeah, I don't know how to do that. But one of the apps I look at for like App Store rankings, they have an affiliate program. So I might try that later when I'm making more money. Yeah, we'll see. And then there's email. What I can do is I can email um, potential like so convertifyapps.com is a Shopify store, and what I can do is I can collect people's emails from there and then email them like the articles, updates, discounts to the app, or like, oh hey, I'll do a raffle. I'll do a raffle. Um I'll do a raffle and then like, oh, win this, give us a review, get in the raffle, and then you have an opportunity to win 3 free months of an app. And that free 3 months will be more valuable. The the review that they give me and the reviews that I get will be more valuable than the $20 that I would get from, or the $20 that I would have to give for the 3 months, right? And then the final thing that I would have to, my next idea, my final idea, is launch platforms. So I have yet to launch any of the apps on Product Hunt or any competing Product Hunt alternative, right? So I have Launch Party. So I have so I'm going to do an episode on all the launches I do, but there's Product Hunt, Control.cc, Uneed, Microlaunch.net, HotDogPunk.com, Phaser.com, 10 Words. So I have 7 opportunities to launch products, right? So I'm going to do that next year. And the reason why I want to do it is I want to try to get Maker of the Year. So next year, I'm going to start launching on different platforms, specifically Product Hunt, and finding alternatives. There's some that will just like scrape Product Hunt and then launch the products from Product Hunt onto whatever platform. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, and maybe I will, I don't know, offer, I don't know. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Because it's hard to offer discounts for Shopify apps. What I can do is I can send them credits. So say you sign up for my product, you sign up for the email list, tell me your store, sign up for it, don't pay, and I will send you $20 of credit. And then eventually, hopefully, here's the thing about the credits and why I want to do the credits is because, all right, let's say that's like 4 or 5 months of using the product for free. I'm hoping that they like the product so much they completely forget about it and they just get charged like after 4 months and they just keep using the app. So yeah, that's my marketing pipeline and that's what I have to build. If I ever see anything significant from any of these, I will do an episode on them. I will definitely be doing an episode on launch platforms. Yes, I need to figure out how to get more views. I'll do an episode on that too. I'll do an episode on app store optimizations, and I will do an episode on Shopify App Store ads too when I start doing them more significantly when the CPCs go down. Anything else? No. Oh, I'll do episodes on the blog post to help me think. So, yeah, that's all I have for this episode. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Bye.